Hello everyone, this is Brad Stoker here for the Ludaxx corporate webinar that we do weekly. We got quite a bit of turnout actually, surprisingly, since this week we got our launch cruise going on. Ludaxx is officially underway and launched. We're really excited. All the executives, many of our distributor leaders and distributors are out in the Caribbean right now celebrating, having a good time and learning a lot as we make a lot of important announcements this week, and some of which we hope to share with you tonight on the webinar since some of those have already been made on the cruise ship. And so thank you guys for joining us, and it looks like we got a group from Australia and Canada and just about everywhere in the world here. So Ludaxx is officially a worldwide company now. We look to be opening new markets soon. That's me, and I've actually worked in the international department for a few other MLM or network marketing companies, and so I'm really excited to see where Ludaxx is going. Starting to pave the way for areas like Japan and Europe and Philippines and other islands, and yeah, it'll just be exciting to see where the business takes us. And so tonight we basically want to talk about some of the things we got going on currently this week. We're still continuing the promotion that we have. The pre-launch promotion will run till the end of March. Basically, any distributor who purchases a Ruby or Emerald kit can qualify at that rank for life if they can sponsor 3 distributors on their front line within 2 calendar months. And so this is a heck of a promotion. You know, once you get these ranks, you're set. I mean, so these pay Emerald 4 levels down, 5 levels down. So if you've already purchased a Ruby kit, you can also upgrade to Emerald. So please be promoting that in your groups, and hopefully we can get lots of new Ruby and Emeralds this month before it ends. So like I said, the company is currently on a cruise ship in the Caribbean. We are launching the company officially. We've been in a pre-launch phase, but now that we have our new back office system and some other things in place, we are ready to take on the world here. So the executives are making some important announcements on that cruise, one of which I'd like to share with you right now. This is the all-new Lupad tablet. We've branded this tablet. This is going to be available for purchase on the cruise ship and after the cruise. We're going to be having a meeting actually in Orlando right after the cruise lands. We're calling that our land launch. But basically these tablets, we're to be selling them for $400. It's a $600 value. As you can see, you get the 10-inch tablet, the leather case. In the bottom left, you can see that they are branded with the Ludaxx logo. I don't have a picture here of the back of the actual tablet, but it is silver and it has the same Ludaxx logo on the back of the tablet itself. It has a built-in Bluetooth keyboard, and so if you don't like to use the take up half the tablet screen with a keyboard, you can actually just use the keyboard built into the cover there, so that's a pretty neat feature. And then we're also preloading these tablets with what we're calling the Ludapp, so an application for the Ludaxx, the Lupad. Basically this application will be great for taking Ludaxx, your business, on the road. It'll be preloaded with presentations like the picture seen here for the F-21. There are also new videos. We have a new video for the F-21 and videos now for the Conley T and for the Pearl. And so those are 2-minute videos that you can share, very professionally done. They only come right now on the Lupad, so that's a big incentive to purchase those pads. But that's a $600 value. When you look at the type of tablet this is. I don't know if we're allowed to say who actually manufactures those, but it is a well-known company, and they're producing probably one of the best tablets out there right now. And so this is a great value for your business, great tool, and so we hope that many of you will be able to purchase these. There's only a limited quantity, and so those will go on sale next week after the cruise. Like I mentioned, we're doing a post-launch tour, and so if you're in the Orlando area or not far from, we definitely encourage you to attend our first post-launch event on March 25th. That's this Monday. There, leaders like Jimmy and Jiaofang Lu will be presenting, along with our master distributor Todd Humphreys and other staff and leaders. And so that'll be at the Wyndham Orlando Resort there. We definitely encourage you guys to go if you're in the area from 7 to 9. If you're also looking to host your own post-launch event, if you would like a member of the executive team to come out and help you to have a post-launch tour and share all those announcements from the cruise with your group and train, you're welcome to email me at Bradley, B-R-A-D-L-E-Y, .stoker, S-T-O-K-E-R, at Ludaxx.com. I think I have my email on another slide here. But right now, I'd like to turn the time over to one of our leaders. He has been working out there in Florida. He's actually a fireman. He's pulling a late shift right now at the firehouse, and he's been in network marketing for a while. This is not his first rodeo, and so he has a lot of tips and advice that he'd like to share with us at this time. So I'd like to turn the time over to Matt Fenex. You there, Matt?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're coming in great. Thanks. Tell us about your story.
Well, that's a good thing because I just cut myself off and had to call back. Anyway, I'll try to make this entertaining for as many people as I can. I'm not a professional networker here. I'm a battalion chief of the fire department. I've been on board 20 years with the fire department. Brad, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to come on here and speak and share my story with everybody. And and I'd like to recognize my upline, Brian and Ed, for their continued support. Obviously, I couldn't do it without the leaders that we have in this business, and it is amazing. Like I said, I've been in the fire department for 20-plus years. I'm a battalion chief paramedic. I've been in the health and nutrition field for about 13 years. I've owned my own nutrition store. As you can see, that's my beautiful wife. We've been married for 18 years, going on 19. I've got 2 kids, and my family's everything to me, and that's part of my why. That's part of why I've been doing these networking, these alternative, non-traditional type businesses. I haven't been very successful in the past in a few of them. I've kind of dabbled in some here and there, and obviously the finger points back at myself, and it's a learning curve. The last one that I did, I was in it for almost 3 years, and I was pretty successful in it. My buddy Brian came to me, and it was actually on a Sunday, and we all know during football season what we do during football is we watch. I'm a diehard Dolphin fan, and he asked me if he could take a little bit of my time, and I told him he had 30 minutes till kickoff. And I'd been in business with him before, so I knew he wanted to offer me an opportunity. And the first thing he said to me, he said, "What if I told you we had an all-natural organic sugar blocker?" Well, I've been in the nutrition business for a long time, and I really wasn't familiar with sugar blockers. I'm more of a protein and creatine guy, having really dabbled in the holistic herbal type. So I was pretty interested in it. The next thing that he said to me really blew me away. He said, "What if I told you that we have a company that does that, and there's less than, I think there were 1,700 people in it at the time." Now, you guys know that with these companies here, it's all about numbers and it's all about timing. You want to make sure they have a good leadership. You want to make sure they have a solid product. And you want to make sure that the timing is right. And I've never, ever, when I tell people before, hey, look, you've seen these things before, I've never seen anything like this. I've never been in a company where there's less than, 100,000 people, let alone less than 1,700 people. So I was really floored. But, with the type of person and analytical that I am and being in the nutrition business for a long time, I didn't jump on board right away. I think I took about 2 weeks to go. And what I did, and the one thing that Brian said to me that I tell people all the time, he said, look, I want you to go and do your due diligence. I want you to research the ingredients. And not a lot of people will tell you things about a product like that. They'll tell you the hype, and they'll tell you the things that other people say about it or what the companies write about it. But what he told me is, he said, do your due diligence. And I did. I went out and I researched it, and I was floored by what I found online. Nothing that the company said. Everything that I read about the products were what I got off of Wikipedia and Google, which is my favorite search engine. And, you know, we all put a lot of merit on the sugar blocker part with the L-arabinose, but that second, the Carillious vesicular polysaccharide, the PSK, is what really floored me. I lost my dad. He was 59 years old from cancer. So when I found out, you know, that there's 20 years of research and that there's 3 countries that actually use the PSK for an adjuvant therapy for cancer treatment, I was really just floored. And I was sold at that point. I came in as an emerald, and, you know, we just had a great support team, and we just started building them. I'll cover a little bit about what we've been doing. And we built our business based on what we did wrong in the past. You know, number one, first and foremost, and I'm sure there's professional networkers on here, and there's people that have done this before, so I'm not trying to teach you guys anything new. I'm just telling you some things that have worked for me. You know, it's all about team. It's all about your team, and it's all about having a servant attitude. You know, and I've met the leadership in this company. I've met the owner. I've had the pleasure of meeting Gary Hassan, and I saw that they have this servant mentality, that they're out here. They have a family mentality. They're very passionate about watching us grow and our success. So I was really psyched about that I actually had the opportunity to meet the owners and the leadership in the company. I was really just blown away by it. But like I said, you know, when you're building your business, it all starts with yourself. You know, you have to understand your why. My why is I've got 5 years till retire, and I want to be able to retire. You know, where I was at, I was making a good residual income. I mean, it wasn't going to make me wealthy at the time. I think, you know, if I would have stayed with it, that I probably would have gotten there. But what I saw here with the company and the owners and the product that they offered, and I'm a paramedic. I've been a paramedic since 1994. We have a disease epidemic that's rampant. You know, this isn't something that's just going to be a fad. This is something that people can take, and they're going to, it's lifelong, and it's going to make some changes physically for them that we desperately, desperately need. I see it on a daily basis when I go out and I do my calls. But when you're building your business, it starts with yourself, and it's all about your attitude. Okay, Thomas Jefferson said, nothing can stop the man with a right mental attitude from achieving his goal, but nothing on earth can help the man with a wrong mental attitude. So you really have to take stock of yourself, you know, and that begins with personal development, CDs. I am just a product of my CDs that I read. I try to put in every morning I get up. I'm a Christian man. My family, we're Christians. I get up in the morning, and I've always believed in the philosophy of garbage in, garbage out. So the first thing I try to do is I read the Word in the morning, and I put that positive influence, and I get my day started right. I listen to positive CDs, read books, webinars, conference calls, all these things, people, because we all know, I mean, look at our economy and look at everything that comes in and just beats at us all day long and tries to bring us down. So when you put these positive things in your mind, these positive influences, it conveys out. You just outwardly reflect it. People can see it. You know, they're going to say, hey, you know, what are you doing? Why are you smiling? Why are you in such a good mood? You know, other than, you know, I love my wife and I got 2 great kids and I'm blessed. But, you know, they can see that outward appearance. It just reflects. Secondly, goals. Goals are so very, very important. When you develop your why and you have your why in mind, whatever that why may be for you, you know, you want to set goals. You know, you're going to ask yourself, you know, what do I want to do? What do I want to be? What do I want to do this year? What do I want to own? You know, whether it's material or personal things. You know, why do you want it? And then how are you going to achieve that? And you do that by setting these goals that are, you know, daily, weekly, monthly. What are your long-term goals? I mean, in this company here, I'm looking at, you know, a 3 to 5 year plan, and hopefully it's a 20-year plan, and something I can pass on to my kids. And I see that in this company. It's just an amazing company. I'm not going to get into the product. I'll let them do that. You guys can read about it. I'm just, you know, want to share you what some of the things that have helped me grow here and our team here. You know, and then the next thing is your actions. You know, your actions that you take based on your goals are what's going to produce results. You know, so are you just talking about doing things, or are you out there doing something? And you should be doing something every single day. You know, we all know about writing our list and making these contacts and things like that. You know, it's just like I tell people, you know, they're like, how do you approach people? What do you tell people? It's like, you know, we've heard the story. When you go out and you see a good movie, you're going to share it with somebody. You know, they're not doing you a favor by listening to you, gang. I'm telling you right now, this is not unlike any other opportunity that you will ever probably have the chance to be associated with in your lifetime. I mean, it's a brand new company. They've got all natural, whole food, organic products, which is a hot topic right now. Look at the mayor of New York. I mean, what is he doing right now? He's trying to ban large drinks because of what? Sugar. You know, you look at the other sugar blockers out there right now. They deal with chromium and things like that mess with your insulin levels. This blocks the sugar. I said I wasn't going to go into it, but it's pretty exciting. You know, building this business right here, we need to right now, we're in a pre-launch phase. I've never been involved in a pre-launch phase. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't, you know anything about pre-launch. So to have this opportunity to come in, I came in at Emerald because I saw the opportunity, and I knew that building a business and an online retail store with hundreds of thousands of dollars in product in there, I know that I need to have product on hand. So I came in at Emerald. But to be able to come in at a level where the company lets you come in at a level and sponsor 3 people and then be qualified at that level forever is unheard of. I mean, it's just unfathomable to me. So that we have to really capitalize on this pre-launch phase, and we have a very short window left on it. So, I mean, you can do an amazing amount of work in a very short period of time based on just this pre-launch right here. You know, sponsor people. But it's more than sponsoring people. I mean, when we go out and we sponsor somebody and we share this amazing opportunity with people, we have to let them know, hey, look, we're bringing you into our team, and I'm going to put you under my wing, and we're in this together. We're in this for the long haul, okay? We're gonna build a team together, and I'm going to take you as far as you'll let me take you. So you want to take these people, you want to sponsor them, and then it's all about training. And the company's developing with their website here, and they're putting more training on board, and, you know, getting them to these conference calls and getting them to the webinars and getting them to the training events to help them and to be a mentor to them. And if you're not ready to do that, we have such an amazing leadership above us that, I mean, they're just a phone call away. I'm sure any one of them you can call up and they'll help you to mentor that person, because that is just vitally important that when you get this person in, it's more than just sponsoring. It's more than just a number. I mean, I had an opportunity to go to a larger department many years ago, but I stayed here, and I had an opportunity to make a lot more money, but it was more than that. It was because I was more than just a number. I was part of the family, and that's what we are here, gang. We're part of the Ludaxx family now. And it's just so exciting to be part of something bigger than myself and have the opportunity to impact so many people in a positive way, not just physically, which is so vitally important, but financially, because with the financial aspect, the mental aspect and the health aspect come along with that. 3-way calling. One of the things that people fail to utilize more than anything else is that third-party validation, that 3-way call. You know, and that's getting somebody on the phone and just saying, hey, you know, look, can you do me a favor? You know, I respect your opinion on business. Somebody presented something to me, and you know, if I put them on the phone, could you just give them 10 minutes of your time? And don't even go into the business. Don't try to explain things to them. I mean, we're not. I mean, some of us may be herbalists and scientists. I'm not. You know, I just try to keep it simple as much as possible. And I put that third person on there, that other person, that third-party validation. I hit mute and I let them talk. Because we all know that when we're talking to our family and friends, they're going to go, oh, boy, what's he into now? But when you put somebody in there, that outside expert, they're really just going to help seal the deal for you. And like I said with the webinars are they're getting better and better. And I actually wish I was on the cruise right now, but, you know, I've got 2 boys and they're on lacrosse and things, and that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing and carrying the torch for my buddy Brian. He's on Crown Triple Diamond. He's on there. You know, one of the things, too, I don't know, Brad, am I good on time?
Yeah, you're good. You're great. You
Okay.
Just keep rolling.
Okay. You know, listen, I'm sure you guys have heard the story of the well. You know, when you're out there and you're pumping on a well and you got the head going down and you're just out there steadily pumping on that well, and you know how hard it is in the very beginning to get water, draw water out of that ground. You know, you're out there working and working and working and working. And it's the same, the analogy goes when you're out there making contact and you're talking to people and people are telling you no and telling no. And eventually that water's going to start to flow. And it's not going to come, gang. It's not going to come right away. You know, it's not going to be this heavy, steady stream of water. You know, but the key to the whole thing is consistency. And that's just to keep steadily, even when the water starts flowing and even when it's rushing out, You want to continually, you may not have to pump as hard on that wellhead, but as long as you keep doing something consistently day after day, and you're continually building your team, and you're mentoring your team, and you're continuing to grow, you're going to continue to build your business. Right? It's going to build a foundation that's going to last you long, long into the future. You know, but the minute if you stop, you see that those results come, you're like, oh man, I sponsored 3 people, I'm going to sit on them, you know, and I'm going to nurture them, I'm going to make sure that they go out and get it done. And what you want to do, you want to help, but you don't want to stop building your business, because what happens is you stop pumping that well, that water goes back down. It's twice as hard to get your business rolling again. So we just need to capitalize on this momentum that you build in the very beginning, and just build on it and build on it. You know, this is a long-term goal for me. This is long-term. I got 5 years to retire. So when I retire, I want to retire. I mean, I'm going to be a young guy still. I'm going to be 50. But you know what? I don't want to work until I'm 60 or 70 years old. You know, I had a residual income that was coming in, and I kind of just kept on, and I stayed with it, and I didn't leave that company until about 3 weeks ago. And I made a decision. I made a conscious decision with my wife. We made a decision as a family together. And I said, look, you know, that's that ship out there. And the ship's sitting offshore, and it's anchored. And I know that if times get bad, and you guys will, there's a story that goes with this, but I'm not going to get into it. You know, I know that if times are tough and things aren't going my way, and people are telling me no, and I'm not building my business as fast as I want to, I know I can get back on my ship, pull up anchor, and just ride back out and continue to make my little residual income. But I didn't make that decision. I said, you know what? If I'm all in, you know, it's like, you know, my faith, you know, God doesn't like lukewarm people. So when I'm all in, I'm all in. I went out there and I punched holes in that ship. I withdrew from the company. I resigned. I withdrew from my residual income. And I said, this is going to let me focus 100% on where my future is and where my family's future is. And that's with Ludaxx. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the opportunity that we have right here is beyond anything that anybody can imagine. And the people that are already in it, you already know it, you've already seen it. But the people that aren't, the people that are on this phone call that haven't made that decision yet, I'm telling you, I've been doing these things for about 7 years, but I've never done anything like this. I've never been involved with a company with the integrity and, you know, the leadership that they have here, and the desire to truly make us part of their family. The products that they have are phenomenal. I've never seen any products like this. Everything is, they're filled with garbage or, you know, things that, I mean, it just speaks for itself when a company applies to Australia and they're immediately accepted into it. That's one of the hardest countries to get into. So, I mean, it speaks for itself with the products. But this is an opportunity for you to change yourself, to change your family, to change your friends, to impact many, many people. You know, because that's what I do on a daily basis. I help people anyway. So this is just an extension of that. So it's just a great blessing for my family to have been, you know, introduced to this company. And I could probably talk on and on, and I'm sorry. I hope I didn't take too much of your time, but it's exciting, man. I'm just jacked and pumped. I wish I was on that cruise, but I had family obligations. I still got to work for the fire department. But, you know, Brad, I appreciate the opportunity to come here and talk and share my story. And, you know, like I said, I can keep on going, but I'm not. I'm sure you have other things to talk about, buddy.
Hey, no, you're great, Matt. We appreciate you sharing all the things you did and your excitement. Oh, man, I've been taking notes here, and there's a few other things I want to touch on that you just sort of brought to my attention. I really like how you emphasize, you know, doing your research when coming on board. Yeah, we're in a pre-launch phase, and, you know, for those people that are trying to decide, you know, what network marketing company to join, if they've been a big leader in the past or whatever, I always look at 4 points. You know, number one, it has to have a phenomenal product. I've been with other companies that, you know, pardon the phrase, but have snake oil products. You know, just like you said, fillers or garbage, and yeah, and just really impressed with the Ludaxx mentality here and philosophy and the research that's gone into the products that we have. I myself am also a creatine and protein user like you, man. And, you know, the products can be good on all levels, whether, you know, you're an athlete or whether you're just a beginner trying to help, you know, feed your body a little healthier. I don't know if we can say lose weight, but those are what those products are designed for, and so we want everyone to have a more balanced, healthy lifestyle. The second thing that you should be looking for in a network marketing company is a good comp plan. We have an excellent comp plan. Most unilevel plans that I've seen only pay out on a unilevel structure and then some sort of fast start incentive, but we pay 6 more different bonuses on top of that, and so there's definitely a lucrative opportunity here, both up front, in the middle while you're trying to build, and for the long term, and so people can build these retirement plans that Matthew had mentioned. Third thing that you should look for is a good executive team. Matt talked about learning from mistakes, and I like to think that us on the corporate staff, we've been involved with other companies, and we've hopefully also learned from our mistakes in the past, what other companies have done. And so being a new network marketing company, I think we're in a position to be more powerful than most of those companies out there, just because we've learned from their mistakes, and this is a new opportunity for so many people. Plus, I just love the executives, the owners, their philosophy and their integrity. They're great guys, and I love working for them. And lastly, the timing. Obviously, with pre-launch phase and only having a few thousand distributors at the time, couldn't be a better time to get on board. Being in early is key with network marketing, but with our comp plan products, really you can come in at any time, whether now or 10 years from now, and still have a great chance of being very wealthy and a successful network marketer. He talked about goals and lists, and a lot of us think, oh yeah, that's a little cliche, or I'm not going to take the time to write down my goals. That seems silly. But I just think how many times I've gone to the grocery store thinking I knew everything on my shopping list, and lo and behold, when I get home, I forgot to get something. And so I can't tell you how many people have been more successful just by writing down those simple goals and writing down those people that they want to contact and talk to the products about. I used to work for another network marketing company where we did a program. We called it Go Premier. And this was a program for kind of those middle-level distributors that were wanting to become a leader, but were just kind of stuck, And so what we'd do is we'd sit down with them and help them write these goals and plan and look at their organizations. And most of those people, within a few months, were able to make that jump to the next level and go Premier. And so it was really exciting to see, the difference between those that took the time to do that program and those that didn't, and they were stuck at that previous level and didn't make it to that Premier stage. And so I definitely encourage you to, like Matt says, write down your goals and utilize your uplines. We had Matt's upline Ed here last week, and it's no coincidence that we had Ed last week and Matt this week, just because they have a system. They got a teamwork going on. They're working with each other, and they got a great duplication model that everyone should have in network marketing to be successful. So figure out what works for you guys. Hope you took notes during this time with Matt. He had some great advice, and hopefully you can use those in your business. Also, I just put up another screen here. Like Gary says, we don't want you to spend all your time on Facebook. That'll, suck all the time out of your life. But there are some good things on the internet. You can post videos. Like this webinar will be recorded and posted tomorrow on YouTube. The website is down below, youtube.com/LudaxxCorp is where we post our webinars and other videos that you can use to share with your friends and contacts. Also, the Ludaxx official fan page on Facebook. We post events there. We post updates. Gary gives some great tips. And so every day there's always something going on that page to help you in your business at Ludaxx. Lastly, I just wanted to put up a slide with my email. We mentioned before the post-launch tour. If you're at all interested in hosting an event with one of the executives, please email me. Or if you have any questions or concerns, about your group. I also help with the training of our customer service staff. We have a great team here. We just got a great new system, and everything's looking good from here on out. And so we're happy to say that this week will be officially launched, and next week will be our first webinar as an officially launched network marketing company. And so we're excited to have you guys on board and excited to really get going now. Now's when the momentum will really pick up, and so stay tuned for next week, same time, same channel, and appreciate you guys being here and all you do. Take care. Bye-bye.